once again to
The worst.
episode 49. It's a lot of episodes.
One might say too many episodes.
Is it sponsored
Try
by
not.
Minimates? Black Panther's Quest?
Not yet.
We'll get there, though. Go ahead, Jake.
We try not to say too many episodes there.
Yeah. That doesn't sound... No, it's not enough. So to take your time.
Yeah, dying
think we-
horribly is even worse.
I
You're
assume we
all
die
okay.
at episode 50.
No, we
Speak for
episode
yourself. I've already
69.
been dead this season.
Episode
Me too.
69 is where it's at.
Oh,
If
no.
you could even
Steven
survive
does wanna
there.
Get there.
Alright, so where do we find the party at the start of this episode?
Sipping mojito
Accepting the
down-
gratitudes of the entire world and population and being elevated to God status.
Nope, that one I know
okay.
is not correct.
Oh, okay. I just maybe that was a book I was reading.
Yes. So last time, Hadhub gave us some new treats, and we discussed some concerning development with the vegetables. Apparently, they are abusing him, bullying him, and Kandor just doesn't do anything about it. He's just like, Hadhub is literally getting beat up and bruised to bring food and just nothing. So that's concerning. But he did give us some better berries that will make us feel more heroic if we eat them, and gumballs that maintain our flavor the flavor while chewing.
Our flavor. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
our flavor.
It's got flavor, people.
And basically around that time he was like, basically we kind of had this idea that the Daemons probably would be coming pretty soon. So most of us decided to wait outside on the porch. Nikolai was inside, I think, reading or something.
Spell studying.
Spell studying. And so then, within short order, the Daemons showed up. They seemed to have a plan this time. They wanted to take out the squishiest among us. The mosquito one was really gunning for Constog. I guess they've worked out that Constog is the one that heals us mostly. She did go unconscious, but Hadhope was able to heal her. And we did manage to take them all down, except for one. I think one maybe got away, or maybe we
One
just
got away, yeah.
Yeah. We need to stop letting them get away. I think that's how they know so much about us. But anyway, so, and then right as we had beat them, some undead elf-like thing appeared and was like cheering us on. He was like, "Yeah, keep doing what you're doing."
I don't know if it was cheering you on.
It was
If you want to
mocking-
perceive it as cheering, go right
It
ahead.
was mockingly stating, "Hey, good job furthering our agenda. We appreciate your effort on behest of the team."
And so then I do have a note here that next session, Steve needs to tell us what the creature, elven undead red-eyed chick is, because I used my lore master on
Yes.
that. And we also level, so we need to roll some HP.
So, go ahead and roll HP, and then we'll talk about what this creature was.
Ooh, that's ugly.
So we just hit HP, right?
That was worse.
If you just click on your hit points.
I'm almost afraid to see how bad that went.
It was bad, Charles.
4 followed by a 3.
That was equally as bad.
Gort, you get a reroll though, because that is a 1.
Do I get a reroll?
Woohoo!
That was a 3, so no.
Oh, this chair.
Dang, 10.
Gort has like decent con and rolled an 8.
Can we take our extra HP now or no?
You may add it to your max hit points, but you need to rest in order to gain it. And you have not yet rested.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at like half HP.
Okay.
I am almost at half HP.
So, the creature that you saw gradually disappear from in front of you is one that you would know, Brianna, is not normally a messenger. They're usually the type to lure people into bad sort of relationship decisions, getting them to end a relationship or maybe commit an act of lust and desire with another person that leads to their ultimate demise. Their goal is really to end relationships more so than hop out into a place and offer a personal message.
Would this be like a Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
But
a
this is-
succubus is all about like getting you to do things with them so they can drain your power directly. These creatures are about passively giving you heartbreak. But what I also need to know is what is your total bonus if you're taking your lore master? As I'm assuming you said that you wanted the 20, right?
Yes, that's right.
What is your total bonus that would come out to be?
Let's see. Which knowledge is it?
It would be knowledge of the planes.
Planes. It's a total bonus of 8.
Okay. So 28 would be your total.
Yes.
Okay. Then that is all you would know about it.
Okay.
Well, besides its weaknesses, they are resistant to most forms of damage that are not gold, good, or silver. They are immune to acid, death effects, disease, and poison, and resistant to cold, electricity, and fire, and are highly resistant to spells. Immune, acid, death effects, disease, poison. Resistant to cold, electricity, and fire.
I don't know how fast you think I can time.
I mean, cold, fire. CEF.
Did you say things that aren't good or silver or gold or something?
Good or silver. Things that are good or silver.
Don't I wish things were? That'd be so great. I wish there was a monster that was.
You also know that with a bite, they can drain away from you your very existence.
Yikes.
In game, that is lowering your charisma.
Ooh. Yikes.
In this world, for those of you that do not know or that I have not informed yet, a charisma score of 0 is erasure from existence. No one remembers who you are. No one knows who you are. A person with a charisma of 0 has no impact on the world around them.
Like that Black Mirror episode.
Yes.
Would I know the name of this thing?
Yes, it is posted in the. Oh, I whispered it to myself. Sorry.
It is Joe.
Okay.
An aerodaemon.
Oh, it's like a love demon.
Yes. Only it's an anti-love demon.
Well, yeah.
That was perfect, and Jose did not know that was.
Well, the figure does indeed fade, and you are left there in the woods, or in the field, woods, trees, plains. All is silent.
Based on the description, I think I will end up dating an arrow demon.
Well, that is concerning. I don't think that they were truly saying we're doing a good job. I think some way we're helping them.
Yeah, Yeah, I think we should go inside and rest.
Yes.
Is it now? When I looked up for a picture, everything is purple. Is it purple?
So mine is quite a bit different than the one in the book. They are more skeletal. They are, but they do still have like the tail that is attached. They have like a regular sort of facial structure, but they are very slender, and like you can very clearly see the bone structure coming in beneath it with like bits of stretched skin.
Yeah, most of these just look like a succubus painted blue.
Yes. Also, some changes here is they do have the ability to assume other forms.
Well, that's fun. I'm sure that won't be bad for us. That was not that thing.
I'm sure that won't even come up. Should we go ahead and heal ourselves up just in case anything else happens today?
I think it would be wise, yeah.
Yeah. Brianna actually will go over to Constog and see how she's doing. She's concerned because that Constog took a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do the magic? Do you want me to do the channel?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything that can heal anyone. Well, except a potion.
Headhup is roaming around doing his thing, gathering up the valuable pieces of their corpses.
Oh, buddy.
What? It's useful.
Hadhup just believes in recycling.
Exactly. Composting in a way.
Okay.
If it's corrupted code, why are we collecting it?
It still
Analyze
provides
it.
nourishment.
Yeah, and to analyze it.
Code.
Your brain doesn't know that it's not code, or that it's code when you're eating it.
It's corrupted.
Yes, the body is capable of processing out many corrupt things.
And therefore corrupting your code.
No, your body is stronger than that. Unless you're weak. Are you weak?
We're not in a body.
You are. You're in a body
We're in
here,
a simulation.
which is Scott giving you a body. A simulated body is still a body.
Hail the computer, and he walks away.
Hail the computer.
And he
Oh,
walks away, and it just walks away from you.
how long do we have to keep doing this? It hurts.
I know. Probably
I know.
a long time. Be patient.
I mean, I don't think anybody should like take people out, but can't you do that same thing that you did to Brianna and Niev person? Where one day she was Niev and then the next day she was Brianna? Can't you reverse it for him? I guess you haven't been able to reverse it for her.
If anyone knows how to do it, it would be Candor.
I'm beginning to think he doesn't know as much as he thinks he does.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna go with. I think you're right.
Well, I suppose I should get this stuff back inside.
Yeah. Thank you for your help, Hadhup.
You're welcome.
Yes.
What?
He was trying to
He was trying to
roll his
channel.
healing.
Oh.
Wrong.
You should have a channeling button, I thought. Did I not give you? Here, I'll give you a channeling button. Hold on. Hold, please. Your call is very important to us. Please continue to hold.
I also have the wrong glasses.
Hmm.
Like, why is everything so blurry?
Who do I have that did channeling? Where's Ghoul Run shit? There it is.
I was gonna say
Cool,
Goron
right.
can
There.
There
channel.
it is. Select this. Movie. Oh, yeah, but he's got the Just /R space 5d6.
Okay.
I forgot. The ghoul run thing is set for the auto deduction thing. So that doesn't quite work.
Everybody stand by. 16! I didn't know if Head got injured, so I did a walking set.
Is it for 4 or 5d6?
It is 5D. Oh, shit.
So roll /R space 1 more d6. 1d6.
I love that I put my hit points to 0.
Yep.
Wow, that was
But
a
I
6.
took.
You were at
notes.
26 before, weren't you?
Yes, I have that in my notes, so that's why I'm sure.
Yeah, it's your character, your mini has the right number of hit points for some reason.
What do you mean? When I clicked on it, it said 0.
Oh, when I clicked on it, oh, you must have typed in the 26 when I clicked on it.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you can heal up the party, and then you guys can go to head into the building.
If people need more healing, I'm down a few, but
I feel like with a nice rest, I'll probably be back in top form. How are you? I'm looking at Comstock. How are you doing?
I feel rather weak still.
All right. I will throw out some cure lights for Comstock.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing it until you feel better.
I just want to say that if the Pathfinder SRD ever tries to sell me Kings of Leon tickets again, I'm going to write a very strong, angry letter.
That is good, thank you.
No problem. Just want to make sure you're okay. You scared me for a minute there.
seemed like this was combat, but yeah.
How's the wolf stag doing?
He's just about good.
Okay. We're gonna call him a scout.
What?
Is not necessary. You could always just call him by his name.
Because he was drunk the day his mama got out of prison.
All right. So, you guys head towards the building?
Yes.
Let's proceed with caution to the building. I feel like
The building's been asked about. I guess I would.
Because that's what you guys said you're doing. It makes sense that I would check to make sure I know what the party is doing.
Not you. Not you.
Now we're
I'm feeling
paranoid,
a little
darling.
paranoid. Just feel a little paranoid.
If you get to be anxious when I go to the grocery store, I can be anxious when we are in camping. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
And everybody should be anxious while camping
Well,
because you're...
First and foremost, hold on. Stop moving so fast. Because
Okay.
somebody was closest to the door already, and they should be at the door, going in the door first.
Gort.
So, Gort, were you heading into the building before everybody
Yep.
else came in?
I was heading into the building while they were all futzing around with
The
whatever.
door is locked.
Uh-oh.
It's been replaced by a giant mimic.
It eats your arm.
I just walk over to a chair and sit down.
Yeah, so as all of you guys are coming towards the building, Gort is just hanging out in a chair.
Hey, Gort,
Yes.
hanging out in a chair, huh?
Apparently one of you have the key.
There's
what
no
do you
key.
The door is locked.
No, the door doesn't have a lock.
The door is locked.
I'm going
Or
to...
is its code corrupted as well?
Maybe.
Maybe we shouldn't have cut corrupted code out of things.
It wasn't because I
Can you
did it.
knock?
I'm just gonna go up and, hey, I don't know.
When you knock, it doesn't make the sound that wood makes. It makes no sound.
Well. Huh.
That's unusual.
Yeah.
You want me to try and force it open?
Give me just a moment. Brianna will pull out her note that she normally communicates with.
Yeah.
And she'll send a message.
You
saying,
can't write on it. When you try to write on it, no ink comes out.
This
Wow.
isn't good.
That's stuff there.
Is there some sort of like, I don't know, knowledge or anything that I might be able to roll to?
Not with the lack of experimentation that's still missing.
Okay.
With a little more experimentation, I will open up the floor to rolls and checks, but
Okay, so looking at the building, I'm gonna look for a window to peep in.
yes, there is a window right above where the sink would be. You can peer into the window, and inside you see the void. You see blackness, emptiness. It draws you in. Give me a will save.
Really, you wanted to end the campaign like this, you bastard?
Don't stare into it too long.
I know.
Don't
I didn't
flinch.
know. Did it go through?
No, not yet. Maybe try it again.
You know, I gotta stop buying my internet connection at the dollar store.
Yeah.
He flinched.
As you're staring into it, you see the inside of the building. Everything's fine. You thought for a minute it all looked black, but you must have like blinked your eyes.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anything at first, but I blinked my eyes and everything seems all right. I'm gonna try to climb in through this window.
The window is sealed.
Well, the window is sealed.
Alright, I'm gonna try and open the door.
All right.
Do you want a strength check?
I do want a strength check. Oh, that is incredible, and that will indicate to you that you cannot break through this at all.
Alright,
You
so
feel
the house
you feel a
is sealed.
force unlike anything you've ever felt. You feel like with that hit, you probably could have broken through even the walls of this house. But as your shoulder collides with this thing, a force stronger than any substance you have encountered pushes back against you.
It's love, Whitney. The house is sealed.
I'm not feeling love, perhaps, but this is bad.
I'm going to pull out from my handy haversack a wand of detect secret doors
Yeah.
and use it.
Do you have that on your spell list?
That's what I was just looking up.
Because otherwise you need use magic device to activate it.
Right.
Ooh. I got some use magic device.
Yes, it is a bard spell.
Okay. Then go ahead and you can use the wand, mark a charge off of it.
All right.
Oh man, I'm still over by the dumbass window. When you guys get sucked in, I won't know what happened.
All right. So yeah, I use the wand.
Very good. There are no secret doors.
All right. While they're doing that, he's closing the one eye to look through his newly discovered difference. He also has one hand on his sword, and he's murmuring to it, "Do you know anything about this?"
The sword is silent as you ask that question, but as you blink your eye, at first you thought there was just kind of like a weird, you've seen this before, like a weird flicker to several things from time to time. It kind of reinforces to Gort's brain that like what he's seeing probably is a simulation that's not stable. But as you close your eyes this time, there is no house. There is utter blackness where the house once was. It is pure, empty space. The eye cannot allow you to see the lie that is not there, or that is there.
He then gets up and just starts walking away.
Gort, what are you doing?
I'm not standing next to that thing.
Why not?
It's corrupted.
Did you see something?
There's nothing to see. It's corrupted.
Would you mind if we were to... could you share the memory with me of what you saw? Of the nothing?
There's nothing. I don't need to share anything with you. There's nothing.
So I'm unaware of all of this. I'd like to go around to the back. Was there a back door?
There was a back door. You can go around to the back.
All right, I'm going to try it out.
Yeah. The back door is also sealed.
Hey, we seem to be locked out. I'm going to try a couple of poundings. That didn't sound the way I wanted it to.
You can try to hit the door, but again, it is soundless as you hit it. There's no echo, there's no wood tone, nothing.
I'm going to make a full survey around the building, so I'm going to go to the other side, making notes of anything. I can't remember, is this a 1 or 2 story?
It is a 2-story building. You all sleep in the upstairs.
I'm going to take a walk back and see if I can see anything through the upstairs windows.
You are glancing through, and it looks the same to you. Looks like there's the rooms up there. You can see them.
Any trellises I can climb? I know that's really...
No.
Not on that house.
Not on that house.
Not on that house.
I saunter my way around and this place is sealed up tighter than something really sealed up tighter, because I wouldn't know what Fort Knox was and almost said Fort Knox.
Do you guys think if we went to Fort Jericho, we might be able to get into the house that way?
That's probably a good idea.
Do we want to get into the house?
I mean, I don't understand what Gort meant by there's nothing there, but, you know.
But if the house is all of a sudden locked so hard, something concerning is going on.
There's no house to lock. You're not listening. There's nothing there. That code has been irreparably corrupted. You best move away from it before you are corrupted as well. And he starts to draw the sword halfway out of his scabbard.
Adhup, what do you think is going on?
I don't know. This is outside of the realm of my understanding.
Do you have any way to communicate with Candor?
No, I have to yell at the stairs.
I will let Nikolai know that I have already tried the note and that it didn't work. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but yeah. My concern is that something's happened to him. Maybe it's related to that arrow daemon that appeared.
Do we have any way to get a hold of... Who was that, Abram?
Abram.
And
no. Not unless one of you has message.
Nope.
The reason that I'm thinking that we should at least attempt to try and, maybe the house is moved. Maybe it's just moved somewhere. And if we use that other portrait thingy, then we can go to wherever it's moved.
Well, I mean, we may need to, in fact, go to... Fort Jericho and do this, because I don't know how we're going to get in there. So, I took a quick survey of the building. There's nothing to climb up.
That's because there's nothing there.
And he keeps saying there's nothing there.
Oh, what if the same thing happened to the house that happened to the Camp of the Eight?
Be creepy.
It is with that I will allow you to give me a insight check if you have range.
Hey!
Okay, let's see. Alright, I have a rank.
A 10 is a lot for an insight check in many cases. A 10 is enough to get me to say that this does seem familiar in some ways, the way that the interactions are working. There was something wrong with time there, and interactions that happened there were sort of locked in their current state and couldn't be changed from what they were. And that there were things on another layer of existence that previously Kent was able to see. Kent was his name, right? Damn it.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was Kent. So I will sort of explain to the party kind of my thought process on that and say, you know, maybe this is something similar.
As you explain that, can I get knowledge arcana checks from those people with ranks in knowledge arcana? This is kind of the groupthink as you express the thoughts that run through your head. Alright, so Nikolai, you would recognize this as being similar to the effects that would occur if someone were to cast Time Stop. You cannot affect physical objects in the relative space, which would be why she would not be able to write with a pen. The ink cannot flow because the ink is frozen. The door would not make a noise because there is nothing to be moved. It does not quite explain why the house is a void. Erasmus, you've been dealing with a lot of this for a while now, and you've been sort of trying to figure this all out. Beyond just feeling that there's time magic involved, you remember something very key that Abram and Kandor kept mentioning back and forth. That something's wrong. Things are out of place, out of time. It's possible that somehow you, the building, and your surroundings have all become desynced from time. So the building might not be in the same time that you are, and the surroundings might not be the same surroundings because they're in a different time step than you are.
Oh, that's just far the fuck out. Okay. So, we got some time issues here. Okay, I'm gonna basically just explain my hunch is that this is involving time and kind of elucidate on what you're saying in a Rasmussen sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah. We're potentially unmoored in time.
I don't
Does
know
that-
what to do with that.
Does that mean that we can't leave?
Being desynced from time, you have to find some way to sync yourself up. You need to find ways to kind of bring yourself into parity with existence. It might happen naturally. There might be something that can help get you there. But in the meantime, what you see is what is on whatever the layer of quantum sync that you're on. I think quantum's the wrong word, but...
Well,
So maybe things have just finally broken to the point that it's just everything's messed up. I mean, everything was messed up before, but now it's like noticeably messed up.
Why don't we walk down to this camp you mentioned?
That
That's what I was
actually is a
thinking.
good idea.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. You all can make your way to the camp. Slowly. Carefully. It's
Hope coming with us.
eerily quiet. Yeah, Hadhup will come along. It's eerily quiet. The trees don't blow. The sky doesn't change. The suns don't move. The grass doesn't quite feel the same as you smush down into it. It's still there. There's still grass, but something weird about the way that it pushes and the way that it sort of rebounds from your step. But eventually you will reach the shrine. And you will see in the distance the tents all over. Billowing smoke coming up from the center of the camp. And dozens of figures moving about the camp.
Oh.
Is this warning sign written in blood?
It is.
Why would anybody camp down here?
They're the followers of the Eight.
They camp where they want.
Well, this property is basically like one of their religious figure is house. So they want to be close, and that's why the sign was put up. He didn't want the followers trespassing on his property.
Maybe they should have been worshiping the computer like they should. Anyways.
Well, they will know you as Kent.
I'm Gort.
Yes.
Yes, but you look like one of them named Kent.
Oh. This. Right.
As you make your way, I'm assuming, are you making your way towards the camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you make your way towards the camp, there will be people that will look upon you with surprise and joy as Kent moves towards the camp. But at the same time, many of them will have hands on hilts of daggers or other weaponry they might have, a little unnerved, as if this is the first time they've seen anything travel these parts. And they are silent as you make your way. You can hear faint whispers moving throughout the camp. But otherwise, all breath is held.
If I were to hold my breath, would I feel like I need to breathe?
Yes, eventually you will breathe. But the sound of their breath does not exist.
Okay.
You can make your way through the camp, people just eyeing you, until eventually a man and a woman will emerge from a tent. Kent? Kent, is that you?
Oh, right. Me. No, I'm Gort.
What?
I'm Gort.
No, you must be Kent. You look like him.
I'm Gort. The code is incorrect. The appearance of the coded appearance is incorrect. I am Gort. That, and he points at Nikolai, is what I look like. Sort of.
What? Have you all been body swapped? Which one of you is Kent then?
Kent isn't here.
Why? Where is he?
I'm sorry to tell you, he passed away.
Apparently he's out of clones.
What manner of torture is this? He leaves. Everything falls apart. There's no civilization except ours anymore. And the one time we see him come back, he's not even himself. Where are we? What is this?
Erasmus is incredibly uncomfortable with all this emotional stuff.
Brianna will try to like comfort them, tell them, "I'm very sorry."
What have you done to my son?
He sacrificed himself to save us.
That's what I know they love to say. I knew we shouldn't have started the travels.
We are very sorry. Until recently,
Not as sorry as
we
I
were
am.
unable to find you to notify you about this.
But now you suddenly are.
Yes, we seem to be in the same predicament that the pilgrims are in. It's like time itself has paused, or that we're out of sync with time.
Right. Yeah.
We thought the 8 was just protecting us. There was a creature that came, a very powerful creature. We thought he was here to kill us, but he was here asking about things. We couldn't provide him the answers. And then he was gone. And we were here.
What was he like?
They describe this massive creature with these very large kind of wings that stretch out. These almost bear-like claws. And this very kind of like skeletal look to its face.
Could I acknowledge planes?
Yeah.
Or
Just
Yeah,
me
you
now.
can give me a shot from that. No idea.
Ah. So bogus. So bogus.
We thought we were being kept safe.
it appears that it's not so much keeping you safe as that there's some sort of disruption happening in this area. You see, when when you pilgrims disappeared, the camp still was there, but there was nobody in the camp, and we couldn't see any of you. It was like you just vanished. But now it seems that we're caught up in the same situation. We just were able to fight some creatures, not necessarily the same as what you described, but after that, then it seemed like we were in this same time bubble.
I'm very confused.
We are too. It's not like we deal with this every day. Honestly, the fact that your followers had vanished is what gave us the idea to come check down here, because we thought perhaps we were in the same predicament. We don't fully understand why this is happening.
I wish we could help. We can feed you and offer you a place to rest.
To rest would be great.
Yeah, that would be very kind of you. We've just had a long battle, and we do need
Can't get into our house.
Yeah.
So.
Well, why don't you give me a diplomacy and I'll figure out where to put you up. Yeah. She will, they'll find a few tents that are currently unused and set you all up in them. You'll be well fed and taken care of over the course of the evening. Is there anything anybody wants to chat about while you're here?
I will, while they're, putting us up and taking care of us, I will make sure and thank them and thank the 8 for providing, knowing that's what their, belief in religion is.
Yeah.
Maybe if they thank the computer.
Now that we're over here, can you try using the tablet again, Brianna? It'll probably be the same, but just in case.
I will attempt to use it again.
It is the same.
It is the same.
What does confuse you is somehow they've managed to create a fire. Which shouldn't be possible, because if that matter doesn't exist, why does this matter work?
I will ask them about that, ask if they did anything different.
No, it's just always burning.
Oh.
The wood never decays, the fire never ceases. There's heat, but he pushes his hand entirely into the fire and then takes it out. But it never actually burns.
That's so strange.
But if I leave things over the fire for long enough, they become warm. Well, warm enough that we can eat them.
How have you not run out of food?
That has been us being fortunate at the supplies we've happened to have.
Is it like you cook something and then it replenishes itself, or?
No, we've had supplies for some time. We noticed that anything that was alive seemed to also have come with us. So we've had access to some of the food that we were growing. The earth is difficult to till, but we've been able to manage.
It's odd that things would grow. It's kind of like the fire.
Yes, it's very odd that things have grown. But we've managed.
Glad for that.
Yes. So are we. It's always fortunate, but the 8 has provided. Always right when we need it.
Let's hear it for the 8.
It will provide.
The 8 will provide.
All hail the computer.
Yeah, but you can all bed down to rest for the evening. So there are 6 of you with Hadhup and then the wolf, right? I said bed down to rest for the evening. Don't start rolling your stuff yet and changing your hit points yet.
You said rest. I assumed that meant
I haven't done
use
nothing.
a rest.
It didn't change my hit points. It don't matter.
How do you want to do this? Do you want me to make a quick roll, or does somebody else want to roll this die for me?
Since I don't know what it is, I'm gonna say Michelle should roll it.
Michelle, roll a d6.
All right,
Now it's
you
all your fault,
virtually.
Yep.
Wouldn't there
/
be,
R space 1d6.
Wouldn't there be 7 of us though? There's the 5 of us, and then the wolf is 6, and then Hadhup's 7.
We're not counting the wolf as a person. The wolf will not get its own 10.
Oh.
What? Oh, nope, you rolled that wrong.
What?
Try again. You typed rolling D1, D6.
Oh.
Very good.
Which, if it went through, would be 6.
All right, Erasmus. Can I get a
Yes.
fortitude save from you?
Thanks, Michelle. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
23.
A very good fortitude save. You wake up coughing as I need you to take... hold on.
60 points of damage.
No, not that many. Oh no,
Wake
they're
up,
only.
as you are now dead.
You wake up to discover you're dead.
10 points of damage.
Wow! That's a quarter of my hit points.
As you feel like something cut into your throat. Did you awaken?
I'm gonna take a look around.
There is a halfling creature with a knife right at your throat, and he says, "If you move, if you scream, I'll finish the job." You're lucky you woke up. Most people don't. Now, what do you have that we can eat if you want to keep yourself alive?
I have some rations in my pants.
Is that space that is extra dimensional?
Yeah.
Get them out.
I'm gonna reach into my pants and pull out any rations I have.
He'll take them. Speak nothing of this, or we'll kill your friends. And he'll slowly pull the knife away and start to leave with the rations. Anything you want to do as he tries to get away?
I don't know. I don't want to get my friends killed, but I could certainly supercharge a magic missile to launch 8 into him. I'm gonna make notes of the person, that way I can investigate it later on.
Okay.
I'm gonna act with prudence because he threatened my friends.
Yeah, you can take down notes of his description. And yeah, we can move on to the next day. Everyone can now gain their hit points, except
How many
Erasmus,
HP?
who does not get to heal over the evening.
How many HP do we gain?
You gain your level plus your con modifier.
You know, this really makes me like the followers of the 8 even more.
Hey, I offered up the hint a number of times. No one decided to use the gauge check on it. No one thought it was sus.
What was sus?
That he kept saying it's that things have been provided for, that they've managed to get by.
Yeah, that doesn't seem suspicious to me.
I don't understand what people who follow the 8 are talking about and assume they were eating each other.
Well, you mean you hit the nail on the head, most likely, but especially since the first thing they wanted to do when you were here and vulnerable was slit your throat. And the rations are what saved you.
We don't have a way to communicate with each other telepathically, right?
Yeah, we do.
You do?
Isn't it? I think it's Candor's better ring.
Candor's better rings.
I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah. You can reach your party mentally.
Even though we're sleeping.
He can attempt to, and it will interrupt one of you. Why is your finger up?
Do I heal any ability damage?
You heal 1 point of ability damage.
Okay.
Do I heal any death curse?
You do not heal any death curse.
That's ability damage.
So I'm gonna communicate. I can only do one at a time.
Yeah.
I've never.
I thought we could communicate.
Yeah.
Normally you can, but in this case, because he's trying to wake you up, he has to focus on an individual. Otherwise, it's just idle chatter that doesn't really land anywhere.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure which one to do. Okay. We'll do. Yeah.
Yeah. Before he says anything, roll a fort save to see if you wake up.
Okay. Brianna will roll a 14.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brianna. Yes.
No, he said Niev. I was like, Niev doesn't hear
I don't
anything.
know.
Time is fucked up. Niev is back.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Brianna can be heard, or Brianna can hear it. She will awaken as you start speaking. So say what you're saying.
So, one of these upstanding followers, and I'm going to keep my jaw completely closed as if, he can, of the 8, just tried to slit my throat and stole my rations.
Are they still there?
No, and they said they're going to go after you, so I didn't kill him.
Okay. But you know which one it is?
It's a halfling, and I took mental notes on his stuff. I'm guessing the whole village is on it because they're followers of the 8, and they're probably finding travelers and eating them, or who knows what shot forsaken awful they're doing.
All right. But you're okay for now?
Well, I did take a stab, and my outlook will be even sunnier than normal.
I can heal you. Do you want me to come to your tent, or?
No, don't make anything look unusual. I'll get up as normal and visit with you guys and laugh and joke or whatever it is you're supposed to do with these fuckheads.
Okay. Well, maybe we should see about keeping watches then.
Wouldn't that? Well, yeah, that would. Well, we're gonna run out of rations, and they're gonna. Who knows?
Well, so a couple of things is we can tell them that we're going to move on and try and find a solution after tomorrow, and then we can keep watches maybe.
Is there a reason we can't leave here now, today?
Well, I mean, without alerting them that you have said anything, because they didn't want you to say anything about it.
I don't know when there's going to be a good time. They're not going to think I said anything.
Well, my thought is we can wait till the morning, hopefully, and then we'll just say that we're going out to, see if we can find help or find a way out of this, and then just not come back.
Okay, that's fine. And then we set fire to the village from a distance?
Do you have a fireball?
No, but I have a lightning bolt.
I mean, I personally wouldn't do that, but if you want to, then I don't know. Is this a permanent solution to something that might be worked through in some angry journaling?
There'll be angry journaling regardless of whether or not I lightning bolt the entire village. You could believe that. Okay, well, I'm going to get up and act like everything is just fine, which who knows how that'll turn out.
Well, when people get up, so Steve, would Brianna have any kind of inkling that maybe there's something wrong if they're stealing food, that maybe there's something wrong with the food that we were offered?
Give me a gauge check.
Okay.
I'm guessing they're short supplies because they're trapped in time.
I won't let gauge work for this purpose using Sing. That really doesn't logistically make sense.
Alright, well then this is untrained.
Yeah. So not really enough. I can't figure out logistically how, trying to gauge a situation works from a song.
I mean, what if I was singing about it and kind of thinking while I'm singing?
But,
well, you know how you think over matters and you're kind of playing things around in your head, like how you feel about situations and things about those situations. And I don't know, I do that sometimes while I'm doing dishes or listening to, I usually play music while I'm doing dishes and stuff. So
okay, I'll give it to you. So in this particular case, they've kind of given some of the hints here. Kent's been gone for a long time. They probably can't actually grow any more food. What food they had might have been brought here, but the land is probably unsculptable. The grass kind of has a weird thing where it's rebounding back to the shape that it's supposed to be when you walk on it. So the plant life probably does something the same. Like the earth is probably still too stiff and doesn't actually move. So things kind of get force jerked back into position. So there's no way you'd be able to put like seeds in the ground, make it moist, and get it to grow. When you're left with not a lot of options, you tend to find other ways to survive. Now, maybe there's some way that they've come up with a system for it, but they've got to have been eating something, and none of it made any of you sick after you ate it. It's been a full, you're basically nearing the morning, and not one of you has any bit of stomach pain. Whatever you ate, it was at the least edible, and it was cooked well enough to not make you sick.
Was it meat or was it plant-based, or could we tell?
They just called it some kind of stew, and if, like, you asked if it was vegetarian, they'd say it's what we got.
Okay.
Steve has always wanted to get us to engage in cannibalism, and now he's lived his dream. We're all going to be Wendigo soon.
Did Hadhup have any reaction to being served this food? Did he have any kind of
No. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that Headhup's eaten things that are odd and out there and interestingly flavored.
Hey, I was going to say, Headhub was asking for seconds. What does that taste?
Alright. Well, I suppose then I will, I suppose then I'll just sort of stay up as well, because I don't think I could go back to sleep after hearing that someone tried to slit Erasmus's throat. So
Okay. Well, neither Erasmus nor Brianna then will regain any spells for the day.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't remember how many. I already pressed my button.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
It may or may not matter, so. Yeah, so the next morning comes. The camp is alive with movement. Minimal sound.
I will, as soon as, everyone's up, I will telepathically tell them that they may not want to, they may want to be careful what they're eating. And I'll let Erasmus tell them what happened to him, but I'll also share like the conclusion that I've come to, and what my plan is as well.
Okay. So yeah, a halfling came into my tent, threatened to actually started to slit my throat, demanded rations from me, and that I communicate none of this with you guys. I gave him my rations, and
Why didn't you blast him?
because they said they were going to kill the rest of you.
They could try.
Well, I wasn't sure. Maybe they couldn't take out you, but I wasn't sure, so I just kind
so
of.
sorry.
I think we need to find a way to gracefully exit this camp.
Why don't we
Nikolai?
find the one that tried to slit your throat and take care of him?
Nikolai, your stomach feels a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's believable given what Brianna said.
So, I had a bucket list of things I just didn't want to do.
So I will say out loud to Hadhup, "Hey Hadhup, do you want to go check? Do you want to come with us and check on your crops that you were growing? See if they are in this little bubble?"
All the way back at the building?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if they said that they were able to grow food. I was wanting to see if that was true over there as well.
Okay.
And you know best since you're the farmer.
Yeah.
What is it with you people and corrupted code?
Is it just going to be the two of you heading back?
Well, I was going to ask everyone to come with us, since we normally just travel as a group.
So we don't want to find the throat slitter.
I will telepathically tell Gort, you know, I just think it'd be better if we talk about all of this away from the camp.
Towards the building that doesn't exist.
Yes.
About going
Something
to
that
Fort
doesn't
Jericho.
exist can't overhear us, right?
More corrupted code.
Well, we're not going in the corrupted code building.
Why don't we just go to Fort Jericho?
We could do that too, but I just thought we should check on Hadhub's garden first, since it sounds like we're gonna need food.
Well, I think only one of us got. No. Yeah. Okay. Let's go check on that garden.
Yeah. The party can leave the camp. As your
Brianna will thank them for their hospitality, and also try not to let on that there's any particular reason we're leaving. Just we're wanting to look around more and see if we can find a way out of it, kind of deal.
Erasmus, can you give me a perception as the party leaves?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Big deal.
Hey, 3. Excellent.
The party can head back to the building and head on over to the plants. You guys can move yourself over towards the plants as you please.
Constack, can you heal Erasmus?
Of course. Oh. I will give him a healing hex.
Okay.
Yep, that 8 will provide.
Yeah, you all head towards the plants. Rasmus is rushing out there. Can move Hadhup over here too. Now remember, these are dangerous.
Do they seem abnormally still to you, Hadhup? Like the grass?
No, look at them. Give me a perception check as you're looking at these things.
Eight.
I think 8 should be like the nat 20 roll for this.
No.
Since the 8 will provide.
8 will not provide. Yeah. Konstag and Nikolai, you can see it very well. It's a little hard sometimes to tell when a plant is moving and it's not supposed to, because the wind tends to move a plant and your brain kind of thinks about the wind. But I think for Nikolai and Konstag, they notice that only parts of the plant are moving, and parts of the plant that shouldn't be able to move. Things that look kind of like roots are kind of moving towards the bottom from this big thing in the center. And then these little things right here, the flowers seem to move ever so slightly.
Hmm.
Yeah,
These
they're
things are not as they should be.
definitely not still.
Yeah, I
Not
told
that
you.
we want to try and eat any of this.
So more
No,
corrupted
it's
code.
fine, guys. It's edible. It's fully edible.
It's nothing that you did, Hadhup. It's, I think, related to the time issues.
No, guys, that's what they're like. Remember, do you guys remember? Does anybody here listen to me?
I was listening.
You? Yeah.
You were saying that they moved and that they attacked you when you tried to harvest them, right?
Yeah, they're moving now. If we're hungry, we better get ready to fight.
All right. Well,
A tree. We're gonna kill a tree.
it wouldn't be the first tree we've killed. Well, I don't think we killed it. We talked to it anyway. I have another idea too. Constog, are you able to make berries? Are there?
Oh, I can't believe I forgot about that. Yes.
Does she have any berries on her?
Oh.
Goodberry does not
Yeah.
magically produce berries.
Oh, but I can use Global Respite to make the...
So there's a problem there. You can't change the environment around you.
Oh. Okay.
Are there berries in Hadhup's garden?
Yes, some of these plants do have berries. Sorry.
So then, if we were to harvest those berries, potentially, then Constog could make good berry?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will, share my reasoning with the party.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe, I guess we'll fight some berry plants, and then Constog should be able to.
I will just be careful. The berry ones are kind of strong.
Well, you've been able to subdue them, right?
I mean, I get in and I get what I can and I get away.
Makes sense.
So we distract the plant while one of you harvests it.
I should also warn you that if you get close enough, it sometimes makes you do things for it.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
What kind of things has it made you do, Hadhub?
I mean, nothing bad, just, sometimes it'll make me feed it. Some soil, some water, some blood,
Ugh.
So continuing to corrupt the code of the plant.
I don't know.
Got it.
Huh.
So if we, shall we say, satiate the plant with the things it prefers, would that allow us to get close enough to take what you need from it?
Maybe, I don't know. I never tried that.
You seem to be the one willing to bleed all the time.
I guess that's true. I can give it a try. It's been a little while.
Well, I say that we at least try it. I know that you're not a fan of all this corrupted code, Court, but we're kind of in a situation where...
I wasn't suggesting I bleed for it.
I guess I could do it.
What a team
move
player.
over here and slowly move over.
Okay, Mr. Plant. I'm or Mrs. I don't know. Sorry. Okay. Plant. What do you do when you want to address something but you don't know its proper title?
They, them.
That doesn't make any sense.
Just say, hello, plant.
Hello, Plant. I'm here to feed you. I would like to feed you.
And Hadhup takes out his butcher knife and starts cutting down his arm. And as you're watching him do it, you can see there's already a big scar that's there. And he just cuts open his arm.
Oh God, buddy.
And starts walking towards it.
Okay. Here you go.
And the plants will kind of lean in and reach out, and they'll start sapping the blood from his arm.
Okay, that's
I recommend you take what you want now.
okay. I'm getting all the stuff I need.
Gather things.
Yeah.
Right, we got enough?
Yeah, I'm gathering as many berries as I can.
Oh. Oh.
Or
Um,
And
bad.
Headhup will like heal it over with his own magic.
Do you need some healing from Comstock?
I don't know. I feel a little woozy.
Yeah. Can you help Pup out?
Yeah, I'll go.
You'll know that what he needs is not regular healing.
What is it?
Restoration.
He has
maybe?
taken Constitution damage.
I feel that, buddy. I feel that.
So we can't do anything.
Also, while you were watching this Constog, you have it. So give me a knowledge nature. Yeah. You know that this particular plant, known as bloodsuckle, implants a seed inside of anything that is a host. If he was mind controlled by this before to share his blood, he's not done being controlled by this thing. And it's likely that with around the amount of time it's been since last time he was here, since last time you were here, it's very likely that he has a seed inside of himself that will, especially after this, that will gradually eat away at him. Give me a perception check to go along with that knowledge nature. And you saw it get implanted. You knew what to look for as it was happening, and you could see like just something about the size of a walnut kind of passes through as it's like into his arm, as it's like feeding on him, and his head up heals it. You can see like a little lump remain in his arm that's like slowly fading away.
Do I know of any way to get rid of the seed?
Yes, you know a remove disease spell will destroy the seed. But if he gets to 0 con, he will die, and this thing will overtake him and start to grow.
I'm gonna panic and just...
Yeah, give me a caster level check. Very good. He'll like, you kind of come over and place a hand on Hadhup's shoulder. And as you do, like, he like kind of winces.
Oh, what did you do to me? My arm feels weird and tingly.
I got rid of the thing that implanted in you.
What thing that implanted in me?
This creature can implant seeds into people it's controlled.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we should burn the garden now.
No, I worked hard on this garden.
I know, honey, but it's...
The garden that's trying to kill you.
The garden is also what's feeding us. I figured this is just more advanced gardening. Like I would learn about this in school.
No, you shouldn't do that.
I'm all
What kind
for
of
burning
school
the
did
garden.
you go to that you're learning
Well,
about?
I mean, there's
I
a
went-
whole.
I went to a
deadly-
gardening school.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds
yeah,
irresponsible. Sorry, Erasmus.
I think the big thing is how many of these bloodthorns are there?
There are 2 of them.
Okay, so it may be that these are the only 2 carnivorous plants in here.
No, there's this.
And he'll like gesture to this big one that's next to it. And as he does, Constog, you can give me a knowledge nature.
Wow,
Or as they do.
that's some garden, buddy.
Yeah, you'll know this to be a Tendriculus.
Holy shit! Really?
They are immune to acid. And yeah, they like to paralyze things and then try to eat them whole.
Why are we growing
In fact,
this?
if you remember correctly, Constog he like had explained that he was like he had to like climb out of a plant before, and he barely managed to escape.
Yeah, maybe we should at least get rid of the dangerous plants. Like those 3.
So
Yeah,
any one
yeah.
of them that has corrupted,
Well,
just
You
burn
know
the
they're
garden.
not dangerous per se; they're just hungry.
That is dangerous.
Constog, if a lion were hungry, would you kill it? Or would you find a way to make sure it was fed as a druid? He then gestures to another set of plants.
Oh, good God.
These ones make you sleepy. And they also, they try to, sting at you.
Yeah, Constag, you can give me the same. I think both of you are at least going to get this one.
Look at me with my 14.
No, you don't get it, but Brianna and Constag do. This is a Zetabe. These are a fairly weak little plant. It has a sleep pollen, and it gradually tries to it hopes to knock things out and then gradually kind of nip at them until they pass away. They have these little flowers that are on them, and if you look really close to the flowers, each of the petals looks like they have a little face on them.
Ern's pretty gross.
So you'll know, Constog, these flowers are delicious. The reason they're delicious, though, is they sort of consume the essence of creatures or spirits that kind of move through the area and absorb them. And that's what gives them this kind of rich and unique flavor.
That's grim.
The bloodsuckles they have berries, and the berries are basically filled with a sort of sap blended blood. And the Tendriculus has a very good kind of it produces an egg-like thing that you can use to make a number of things that taste quite delicious. It is in fact effectively vegan-ish, maybe, because it's from a plant, but it's a living plant? Question mark?
It's our living.
Well,
plants
it's a
are living.
software plant.
Well, yeah, but this is
What, a sentient plant?
it's not sentient per se. It has the same intellect as an animal would.
Yeah, that's sentient.
So none of them are going, feed me, Seymour.
No, none of them are saying anything like that.
Well, these are not, if you look at the entries, elves grow most of these things either as defenses or for their culinary things.
Yep.
So these are, I guess my question for Head Up, hey, buddy, are you growing these plants on purpose, or are they, invasive?
I mean, they were here before, but I started growing them. I started helping them grow. It seemed to make sense. I had eggs that were coming from a plant. Can you imagine how great that was? Eggs!
I'm so excited.
It was eggies.
It's like the milk that you get from almonds.
So
That's
we're
not
in the
real.
garden.
That's not milk.
Yeah, he's basically gardening dangerous plants, which is, his choice. As somebody that, is sort of elven, this is a thing people do.
Do
Or
they
corrupted
only
code.
eat meat? Is there a
Yes,
way
but
to feed them that
the
doesn't require-
the Zetabays will eat small animals or insects that come along, but mostly small animals. So if a rabbit or a squirrel or a bird comes into the area, they'll try to put it to sleep, and then hopefully it falls close enough to them that they can eat it. Same thing. The Tendriculus will kind of eat whatever it can get its tentacles on, which again can be maybe small birds or other various things. It does have the ability to move on its own, but it doesn't usually move if it has a good enough environment to kind of stay stable in. You're kind of getting the impression here, if you think about it. Actually, can I get a gauge check from anybody here?
Do we need ranks on it?
No. Anybody can give me a gauge on this.
Good.
Got an 18.
Got a 0.
So yeah, Brianna, you can kind of put together that he's the reason that Hadhup is somehow able to produce things that are edible, but also that are somehow compliant with Nikolai's vegetarian lifestyle, probably has a lot to do with choosing what components you're going to use for certain food things, and then feeding the rest of the body to this bigger plant, and then using the eggs and part of the vines and other things in order to create the rest of the food. So it has been less about making sure that these things are food for you guys, and more about realizing that, like, if I feed this body over time to this plant, it will produce eggs and, like, these vines that are kind of sausage-like. And, you know, I get this other plant over here that needs this blood. And the blood will create these delicious berries. And if I, like, leave it to fester around and leave the rest of it to lay around next to this thing over here, like, these littler plants will harvest the soul energy from these things. And yeah, he's got kind of an interesting food system based around you guys killing things that come into the area, or possibly even him having to do it.
Honestly, Brianna's a bit impressed. Like, you know, he's really using his resources to the fullest extent.
Yeah.
It might be dangerous, but I mean, it's food.
My more concern is, and this is not my place to say it because he's a sentient being, these tentacles are pretty dangerous. You know, and it might get to the point where he's going to lose control of it. But it's
how would you feel if we went and found that halfling and fed that to the plant, Erasmus?
Well, you know, I wouldn't, you know, I'm not vengeful, just annoyed. And, you know, so I don't think that's appropriate.
You wanted to lightning bolt them last night.
As you say that...
Angry talk. It was just angry talk.
As you say that, Brianna, what is your AC?
My AC is 22.
Okay, 1 second. Let me pull something up here. I didn't think you would actually suggest that.
Wow.
And all of you guys have been failing perception checks in the background versus them, but to be fair, they're particularly good at what they do.
They're particularly a-holes.
Can we also take a break soon?
Yeah, let's actually take a break while I try to pull down the rest of this thing. I had some of the stats, but I need the rest of it. So we'll be back shortly.
Okay.
Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance.
I need to know if a 22 beats your AC.
Right on the money.
All right, you are flat-footed, so I need you to take 17 points of damage as a dagger sticks into your side, and you like spin around to see like a sneaky little halfling dressed in the familiar clothing of the followers of the Eight. And next to him is like another guy kind of slunk over beside him that lets loose a shot from a crossbow. But you are still surprised because these are both kind of happening simultaneously. I'm having the reeling happen as part of the same thing. Come on. God damn it. I hate when it does this. Ooh, another 22 to hit. For 12 points of damage as the crossbow bolt sticks into you.
Damage or no?
No, you don't know it's happening. So
Okay.
in a surprise
just
round,
wanted
you
to
will not be able
double
to. But it's at this point, Brianna can let out a shriek.
Which she will, that hurts.
And everyone can roll me some initiative. All right, got their names in there. Did everybody roll?
Yes. Well, I did.
Wait, I don't think I did. Hang on.
I heard one.
I
of
see
them's
it.
name-
I see you on. Okay, there we go.
I just love this name. Did you name one of them Cornpad?
No, one of them is Ulrun, and the other one is Gul'dan.
Little fuckers.
Yeah, thanks a whole hell of a lot, John.
Couldn't you have named some nice characters?
You don't always get to choose. But Gort, you go first.
That's
All
up.
right.
12 points left over from yesterday.
Okay.
He spins around, and when he sees what it is, he draws his weapon and moves in.
Yeah.
can't see any squares. Oh, there they are.
Yeah, they're a little harder to see.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's close enough. I'll come in and then give this boy a pop in the face with it.
Yep.
So got my sword out. Make sure let me make sure my sword is my first weapon. I'm sorry. No, it is not. Of course it is not. There we go. In there, and attack.
Ooh, yeah, that is enough to score a hit. Yeah, to sizzle him a little bit with your sword. Just one attack, though.
Oh, just one attack. Got
Yep.
it.
Because you had to move first. Ulron will go, and Ulron will try to tell you, this fight is not with you. Let us finish the one off that threatened to kill us, and we'll go. And he'll take his attack on Brianna.
Wow, these guys are
Nope,
fucking.
misses.
All right.
Am I allowed to respond or no?
Verbally, sure.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I didn't threaten to kill you.
Nikolai.
So I need to move over there.
It's in the morning, boss.
What a bunch of twerps. I mean, I legitimately figured they were struggling. Now they're following us here to do
So
skullduggery.
that takes almost double movement,
Yes.
so I assume that's it.
Yep. Erasmus.
All right, I assume they're in the ridiculous range for a magic missile.
They are indeed.
I'm gonna say, you don't have a dagger against my throat now, so I can unleash a full volley. Back off or case
Brianna?
my wrath, you twerps. An attempt to intimidate.
Yeah, give me an intimidate.
This is good.
So you're not casting a spell this round, just to make sure. Because if you intimidate, that is a standard action.
No, I would rather cast a spell.
Okay.
They cast their die. I'm gonna aim at the halfling.
All right.
Nice.
There's a lot of magic missiles. 15, 19 points of damage. Yeah, the volley slams into this little halfling, and he just kind of falls backward a bit, but remains standing.
I'm gonna
Brianna.
use Steve Rogers' line. I can do this all day.
So as a move action, I'm going to
Actually, hold on. There's one. Their initiative didn't come through all the way. Technically, the other one does go before you. They have
okay.
a +8. So actually, the other one should have gone before Gort, but that wouldn't have changed too much. I'll fix initiative for next round. And this one, seeing the bigger guy here, is going to try an acrobatics to get to over here. Nikolai, does a 24 beat your CMD? I believe that's how that works for
No.
acrobatics.
It doesn't.
Let me make sure.
25.
Let me make sure this is how this works, but I'm pretty sure. I haven't done this in a while. Yep. You get your attack of opportunity.
You said CMD.
CMD, yep.
Yeah.
Sad Ragu-y face. That is going to hit. You slash a piece out of him. Oops, that was not what I was trying to do. Yeah, and that is a successful intimidate. Yeah, you technically can't do it that way anyway. You need to have a free action available to do that.
Okay.
All right, now you may go Brianna. Oh no, I'm sorry. He moves into that position though and takes his attack on Brianna. 26 to hit, Brianna.
I'll take damage.
Yes.
All right. He should have moved. I'm sorry, to here. So actually, did that 24 beat Katri's CMD as well?
What?
Oh, where'd Gort go?
That was a 24 that he rolled?
Yeah.
No.
We're tatted up
Okay.
this shit.
Then
I'm right there. Kitty corner to Nikolai.
Oh, okay. I'm losing my mind here. Oh no, he was doing that to get there. I'm sorry. But yeah, Katri would also get an attack of opportunity. That is a hit. 9.
Doesn't Katri also have the option to trip?
I am not sure.
He's a wolf, yeah.
I'd assume so. Give me a CMB.
Trip them, trip them.
That will succeed, and he will trip. He will be tripped. That will bring us to Constog. I'm sorry, to Brianna.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. So Brianna is going to move action, begin her performance, and she is going to choose Dirge of Doom.
Okay. Yep.
I believe Steve wants me to hate followers of the 8. That's what I believe.
Well, I mean, I can understand that they're desperate to survive, but, you know, here we go. So, and then for my standard, I am going to use my tuning dagger along with my performance to target the this guy with pleasurable vibration.
Okay.
Ooh, Lord of Mercy.
And I am going to vibrate his hand to try and get him to drop his sword.
All right. He will. A reflex save. No, he holds tightly to the weapon.
All right, but yeah, they also have the Dirge of Doom thing going on.
Yep.
Anyway.
So they are shaken. -2 to all of their stuffs. Oh, almost all their stuffs. All right, Constog.
For future reference, how much spell points do level 5 spells take?
They cost 9.
Woo!
1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
This is why you'll notice lots of magic missing. Steve with them expensive spells.
Oh. I think Comstock is going to wait for right now and just have Katri attack the guy in
Alright.
front of him.
Yep.
Are we looking to kill or subdue?
That will not hit, obviously.
My teammates, are we looking to kill or subdue?
Oh wait.
Yeah,
never mind.
wrong.
Wait, doesn't does
I
Katri get a
mean-
second attack?
I don't think so yet. What's the
I
total
think
base
wolves only
attack
get
bonus
one.
for Katri?
Total
The BAB.
says 6?
So
So assuming that I
technically,
put it in.
I forget for the wolf. I think specifically for animal companions, I think this was something the other day that Clarence had pointed out to me about the way
Mine says
specific.
multi-attack.
Yeah, the way specifically they work. If the animal companion gains multi-attack, blah blah blah. If it does not have the requisite 3 or more natural attacks, the animal companion instead gains a second attack with its primary natural weapon at a -5. So yeah, you
Okay.
can attack again at -5.
I also just saw like the attack 2 and I automatically.
That's fine. That will still work out fine. We'll take 5 away from that, and that will still hit.
Bring the heat, Katri.
All right. And that'll take us to Ulron's turn. And Ulron will drop the dagger and put up hands and say, "I'm sorry, we have to keep society going." Gort.
Gort is going to start by raging.
Yeah.
Rage strength, and then I am going to vital strike.
All right.
So where's my? Let me click on him and attack.
Yep. Roll damage twice. Good stuff. This guy goes unconscious and starts, like, shaking on the ground. Nikolai. Only one remains standing.
Is the one who's standing the one who put his hands up or
No.
no? Okay. Where's that thing called? Okay, I wanted to use my omen to intimidate.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can not injure him. What?
No, it was some Jess posted in the chat. I wasn't supposed to laugh, but they're characters named after two of John's characters. One of them just got cut down by another one of John's characters.
Okay.
But yeah, that is a successful intimidate.
Okay, so now he is demoralized.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll tell him to put down his weapon.
Yeah. Erasmus.
Is the halfling still standing?
One of them is still standing, yeah.
No, was the halfling?
There are two halflings. They are brothers. Gul'dan and Ulran.
So they're like a holy.
Okay, and they don't have weapons, correct?
One of them still has their weapon because they haven't been able to act yet. He may or may not drop his weapon on his initiative.
I see no choice but to magic missile them. It's the way things going.
Oh, that's so much damage. And that will put down the second halfling. Clearly, these two were not gods. And I will bring us out of combat.
All right, are they completely dead or just severely
I
wounded?
don't know. Are they completely
I'm
dead
gonna
or
run
just...
over and heal check them.
All right. Give me a heal check on the first one. Yeah, not dead. You can stop him from bleeding.
While she's doing that, I'm going to go through their pockets.
All right.
Don't need to be stealing from.
Yeah, the other one is not dead either, so you can get both of their. You can get both of them back to stabilized.
I don't think he's stealing. I think he's disarming.
Nope. I want to see what they got.
And let's
Disarming.
see what we got here for gear they had on them. Remember, what they have is going to be small-sized.
Yeah, turns out, so am I.
Whoops, that was wrong.
Me too, actually. This is some halfling on halfling violence.
I'm a little.
Be honest, I'm mostly looking for trail rations or any other foodstuffs. Potion
People who are
guidance.
killing people to get food, yeah, they probably have lots of those on them.
Yep. Let's see, a small cask of molasses.
You know, if you put the berries with the molasses, I bet it would be pretty good.
The thing is, though, this molasses was not an extra dimensional space, so if you try to put the berries in the molasses is, like, firm.
So we can't cut up the molasses and eat it like candy?
No, it's literally rock candy. So you need something that's sharp enough to cut through frozen time.
So crunchy. So delicious.
He also has some coinage.
Nothing like rock candy molasses.
That's everything.
Yep.
So we wake them up by kicking them?
I'm taking both their potions and their box of arrowheads.
Alright.
Before we wake them, I would suggest we tie them up. I have some silk rope.
Okay.
Is it survival or escape artist to tie them up?
It's basically just whatever your CMB is, and then whatever they end up, whatever the the attempt to escape is based on the 20 plus your CMB.
Okay. Well, that's
No, it's whatever your CMB bonus is. So in this
it's
case,
5.
it would be 25 would be the escape. DC.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so you can tie them up. They are unconscious. Yeah, but what do you guys want to do?
What do you think, team? Wake them up with some cold water? Well, we can't get any water, so that's not going to work.
I don't know if you can I don't know if, like, you go into the ER and you walk up to somebody who's in a coma and you splash cold water on their face, they're going to wake up. I think they just kind of lay there in their coma.
But it works in movie.
Oh.
We could put them on the porch of the house. I bet that would really mess with them. Seeing as how Kent never wanted to go near that house.
Considering they came up here, I wouldn't say that. Kent didn't want to even come up here, remember?
I would say, oh man, there's a lot of mean things we could do.
Cut their fingers off. You want me to do that?
No.
That's 1 vote. That's 2 votes.
And this village could help help raise these crops here.
I think
we get eaten by them. Yeah, I agree. That's much better. Let them stay and feed the crops.
I mean, that was what I was joking about before they so rudely interrupted. But I don't necessarily want them killed. I mean, I think they just had to realize that we were stronger than them. They probably won't try it again.
They're corrupted code. They need to be trimmed.
I'm not looking to kill them, but I'm looking to send a positive message. Please do not bother us anymore. Or we will fuck your dope up.
Sending them back without fingers, I think that would do it.
Not sending them back. Although it would feed the plants. No, never mind.
So, again, I only have 2 votes.
So, what does the rest of the party think? I'm kind of on the edge. I think we need to leave them alive. There's some thoughts that we could cut their fingers off, but,
I don't really want to kill them or torture them. I understand that they wanted to kill me, but, the way that I see it, they've been here a long time. They're trying to survive, and it looks like that they're pretty desperate, or else they wouldn't even be on this property.
Somebody give me a perception check.
Well, yeah, they're followers of the
I guess,
age.
can I get everybody to give me a perception check?
They have no sense and are liable to do anything awful. 14.
Yeah, so, Constog and Brianna. There's something moving.
Is it animal, mineral, vegetable?
Vegetable. Maybe animal?
Is it the garden?
Eggs? Yeah, it is the large, tendriculus.
God,
started
It's
moving
just
towards
me.
the unconscious
And why
creatures.
didn't we burn why haven't we pruned this?
Is it just me, or is that plant closer?
No, it looks like it's moving for sure. I think
Great.
we've just
I think that
wrapped
plant
up a
is-
meal for it.
Yeah, I think that plant has food on its mind.
Can we
We
try
need to
and
move-
move away
Yeah,
from
we need to move the people.
Yeah. Combined, you guys can move the people away, and you can move the wolf away, and it'll, like, move to the edge of the, like, garden area, but it won't move past that.
Head up, get control of this garden. It's a little aggressive, bud.
I'm working on it. It's very difficult to gain control over those things.
They may need a timeout, buddy. Maybe put them in a corner and...
I've been trying to learn something. Maybe you could help me. I've been trying to learn a language of plants so that maybe I could try to talk to them, right?
Oh my God.
I've heard of druids with this ability.
No, like plants have their own language. I was reading about it in a book. They have a language you can use. It's called Salvin.
Sylvan?
That's the one!
Oh, shit. How many of us speak Sullivan in this party?
Let me look. I know Niev did, but no, I do not.
I don't think Tendrelicuses, though, are much conversationalists, but we can... I'm gonna attempt to communicate with the Tendrelicus. I'm gonna be like, hey,
It will
how you
wave.
doing out there? You hungry, buddy?
It like moves its large brush body up and down.
Okay. Yeah, that plant is pretty hungry. Huh.
Well, I understand the plants are hungry, but I don't want to feed them to the plants.
What
No.
are we gonna feed the
I
plants
was
then?
not suggesting that. I was gonna offer it to the villagers as a way to feed themselves, but now I'm worried they would just sacrifice each other to the Tendreligus, and they'd have an out of control Tendreligus and claim that it was the way of the ape.
I mean, that's the
Yeah.
ape providing right there.
Yeah, just a few of us have to die, so the rest of us may live. The Bloodthorns, I mean, I'm not that elven, so I don't know.
They don't
I
seem to
trust-
respond to you to anything that you said.
Okay.
You get the impression they probably don't talk. I guess Constag would know. They don't understand any languages, and nor do the Zathabes.
I don't think anything you say is gonna get to them. They don't understand language.
Probably understand fire.
I bet you these are the kind of things my cousins grow and think is funny. Fucking wild elves. Ugh. We're gonna eventually have to do his cousins, the wild elves. And they're like Country Mac in that episode of Always Sunny. Super cool. Okay, well, anybody got any ideas? If not, we should probably wake up these guys or wait for them to wake up and have a discussion with them and find out really what's going on.
Just one finger?
Oh,
No.
Brianna is going.
He's
to,
wearing
by
me
the way,
back.
Brianna is going to use her mnemonic vestment to cast Cure Moderate Wounds on herself.
Okay.
So, just because she's kind of getting low there.
You act like you took a bunch of damage from these guys sneak attacking you.
I just,
They roll a d3 for damage.
I feel like there's a bigger problem here. Like, how do we get those people fed? How do we keep these plants fed?
We can fix one problem with the other.
That does not involve sacrifice.
You're either going to sacrifice the plants to the people or the people to the plants. Take your pick. According to you, both are just equally as evil.
Well, this guy...
I say we should question them, find out if they're acting alone, or is this like their whole thing? Like they all pretended to welcome us, only to try and kill us one by one and turn us into food.
Did this Kent character try to eat any of you?
No,
Yeah, I'd say no.
but he wasn't a part of this desperate group. I feel like the desperation is a big part of their actions.
Well, either way, we need to wake them up and question them and, find out what is what. Now, they're followers of the age, so, Shot knows what the hell they're going to tell us. Probably some garbage.
Oh no, the ones that we spoke with yesterday seemed a lot more coherent than Kent.
Yeah, but that may be just so they could throw us off so their buddies could come in the middle of the night and attempt to slit my throat. Plus they're probably summoning scorpions at random to plague people who just happen to be being nice.
The 8 will provide.
Well, the 8 will provide.
Scorpions.
So yeah, let's wait for these guys to wake up and ask some dumb questions.
All right. Yeah, after a while, you can either help them wake or they will wake up on their own.
Sure, slicing their fingers off would have woken them up.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, where are... Oh, right.
Well, that didn't go well, did it?
We're talking about killing us. We had to act fast.
We weren't. I will say this in Halfling, by the way. I'll say we weren't seriously talking about killing you.
Normally, I'm much better at hiding than that, but got a little ahead of myself. Surprised you didn't go down.
Is he that in Halfling or
Yeah, he's saying it in Halfling. Surprised you didn't end up going down.
You're the only one here that speaks Sullivan, right? Besides myself?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah, Constag, you speak Sullivan because I think druids get it.
You can take it as a bonus language.
Oh, did you?
No.
Oh.
You're fired. You're officially fired now. I was going to say all kinds of mean things in Sullivan that nobody else could hear. Just ruin that for me. Thanks, Michelle.
I should have taken you out before you got a chance to notice, but I didn't.
Well, what are we to do with you now? Are you acting out of desperation?
Oh, God, I can't believe you would ask that 8 followers of the 8 anything other than, why shouldn't we kill you?
We prayed for provisions as our supplies were getting low, and suddenly you arrived. No one has gone crazy for days. We've been getting very hungry on very short food supplies. And we were beginning to pray much harder because if no one got crazy, we'd have to start drawing straws.
Lottery in June, corn comes soon.
So what you're telling me then is that you're all in on this.
We hope that it's only a matter of time before we get out. We have to do what we have to do. Aid has provided.
So fingers. Now we got 3. I got 3 for fingers, and then we're good.
So let me ask you this: if we let you go, are you just going to come back in more numbers to kill us? Is that how this works?
Considering how quickly you shut us down, and we're pretty much gods there, it's not likely that we would be able to overtake you.
No, I suppose it isn't. It's just, I have empathy for you to have been here so long and to be desperate. But perhaps there's another way. Have you noticed the garden that we were near when you ambushed us?
That tree, that thing is closer now.
Yes. Those plants will sustain you in exchange for blood. If you, instead of, killing someone, you could just offer it a little bit of blood.
To be clear, so that you're not lying.
Okay.
The only reason the plants can sustain anyone off of the blood is because Constag can cast a spell called Goodberry on berries, which they produce from blood. The berries themselves are not good berries themselves, so they won't sustain them for any amount of time.
Okay. So, then instead I would just say, that garden is a bit dangerous, but it would at least allow you to harvest some food.
Doesn't look like there are enough plants there to survive off of. We had a much bigger garden than that before.
Well, for some reason, this garden, it actually does grow. It doesn't... When you guys said that your plants were growing, that was a lie, yes?
Of course. We can't ready the soil for new plants.
Okay. So, would I know, like, would Comstock be able to produce enough goodberry to feed everybody? I don't know how many people are there.
Maybe for a day with the berries that she has, but not more than that, because it takes days for this thing to produce more berries, for these things to produce more berries. If you fed a couple there, like, maybe you could get the population of, like, I don't know, logistically, between all of you thinking about it, you could get the population of like 6 to 8 people left alive and like 6 to 8 berry bushes. And then Comstock could perpetually be casting good berry on all the berries that she's getting while everybody's being fed off of.
My suggestion is you all just come up here and sleep right around the garden. Just take a nice deep sleep, and the plants will help you along.
I don't like this guy. Nothing like you.
Yes, he is different than the rest of us. I don't wish to outright kill.
I didn't say outright.
He's just talking about taking off our fingers or putting us in the plants.
Yeah. We want to try and figure out what is going on here so that we can get ourselves and hopefully by extension you all out. If we let you go, will you at least not try and kill us anymore?
Doesn't suit our needs at this point.
I hate these guys with
You
every
are
part of
clearly not what the 8 was supposed to provide.
Providing magic missile damage to your body if you get near me again.
Erasmus saying all of this out loud.
No, I'm just being churlish.
Well, I feel like he could from where he's standing anyway, and no one would hear him. Like he's muttering it under his breath.
Or you could be communicating it telepathically.
You know what? I'm talking to the Tendrilicus and Sullivans and nobody else. It's like my new buddy. Look at these halflings. That druid doesn't even know what they're saying. She's fired.
I will suggest to the party telepathically that we just let them go. They clearly recognize that we are stronger than them and they won't try and attack us again.
Well, I mean, saying this telepathically, does this mean that they're eating each other, by the way?
Yes, that was what we had worked out. Or, I guess...
Well, they said they weren't getting desperate until we got there.
I guess what they're doing is they're eating the people that go crazy, is what they're doing. But if nobody goes crazy, then they have to start drawing straws as to who gets eaten.
Oh, God. I believe C. Stephen King wrote a 2,000-page novel. Oh man, this is so bad. I feel legitimately sorry for them. We need to figure out.
Why aren't any of them trying to go somewhere else?
They already said actually earlier that they had. I thought I'd mentioned that.
Yeah, they said that there was just nobody or like nobody here.
Like I mean to Fort Jericho or like somewhere.
It's
else.
all barren. They've sent out people to like look for other things, but there is nothing that they've found. The rest of things are
promising for us either.
Yeah, but we're not them.
Well, yep. I mean, I want to see, more. I want us to explore more, and the closest place to explore is Fort Jericho. So, I say, go ahead.
Is there an effect going on here right now? Like, can we using our detect magic, can we sense anything particular?
No, you don't see any sort of magical entity or effect going on.
Go ahead.
Brianna's going to suggest we just let them go, and because we have other more important things to do. It's not really feasible for Comstock to be good berrying for all of them. So we're just going to have to, unfortunately, leave them to whatever they're going to do.
Well, hopefully whatever we do might help them in the end.
Yeah. It's a sort of a situation of putting the oxygen mask on yourself before other people. in
I'm gonna
my
call
honest
it-
mind.
I'm gonna call this thing Tendy.
Hmm.
Stop being friends with the carnivorous plant, Erasmus. What, you gonna let it feed from you too?
It will extend out a tendril to shake your hand.
And then
It's
cut
all
you
right,
and
buddy.
eat you?
It's all right.
It does like the shucks motion with its tendril as you don't take it.
Constag, this Tendrothus, does it only eat flesh?
Do I know that it only eats?
I'm double checking. Yeah, it is a carnivore. It only eats meat.
I went to look that thing up, you know what I mean? The pictures with the purple, and for some reason it then gave me, apropos of nothing, Invader Zim trade paperback. Like so creepily on the money, and it has nothing to do with what I was searching with. But okay. Yeah, I got no answers. I was hoping maybe we could give a little bit of blood in exchange for some eggs, but if it only eats,
Yeah, it needs a full body to process a couple of eggs.
needs a yeah. It's not a good system, right? You're not really like
It's
one
hungry
body
after
to feed 3 people.
Didn't Hadhup feed it whatever we killed yesterday?
He fed the blood honeysuckle stuff.
Yeah, he hasn't fed any of the bodies yet to these things yet, because you guys haven't. You guys went straight to the temple, the
Then
8 area.
Are the bodies still here?
Yeah, the bodies are still here. Headhup can
Okay.
drag them over.
Oh yeah, we'll drag the body.
Yeah.
He's got them properly prepped, so he'll
Feed them.
start
But
going
Russ
through the
is
usual motions then.
Who's a good tentacle plant? Who's a good tentacle?
I'm gonna sing whatever they offer you don't feed the plants, or whatever they offer you do feed the plants.
Yeah.
Oh, Tend, tell me of your dream.
Yeah, but I guess, is everyone okay with me just releasing these guys? Except for Gord. I know Gord's
If
not.
they,
Yeah,
if they try and hurt
whatever
us
you
again, we'll
wanted.
kill them.
yeah, go ahead.
Alright. I will tell them in Halfling that I'm releasing them, and that if they come back or try to attack us again, that the next time we will kill them and feed them to the plants.
They will race the fuck off. They are not coming back. Yeah, and Headhup can feed the Tendriculus. With you talking to it, this time he's like really surprised because it doesn't like try to eat him, because he's like doing the very cautious, like with hunks of meat, and he's like tossing them at it, and like it's not reaching out to try to eat him like he would normally expect.
Because of Erasmus talking to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him and say, so, Tendy, can I call you Tendy? So don't attack the little goblin guy, because he'll keep feeding you. But if you attack him, you'll only get 1 meal. So you'll have to be patient.
Is he flipping you off?
No,
No, he's doing basic understanding. He said that despite the fact that I was raised in a temple, I have a better way with plants than most wood elves. And I explained that, wow, I can't stop with that bit. And that, you know, that they need to not attack Headhup so that he can feed it, and it will work better for it. Now, it's not the smartest thing, so, you know, when it gets too hungry, it's probably going to forget that. But as long as it's well fed, it'll remember not to attack Headhup.
Yeah, Headhup will throw the little bodies next to these plants that are down here. But he goes through this process of like kind of draining the blood from them before he tosses them over to those. So you can give them to the bloodsuckles.
That's some grim nature there, guys. That's some grim nature there. And people wonder why I live in a tower.
Yeah. I say, then we make for Fort Jericho whenever we do that. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys want to rest up? I'm kind of tired. I didn't get much sleep after the attempt on Erasmus's life.
Question is, where would we rest?
I mean, we can rest out here. I have a spell that will give us a safe shelter to rest in, and we have that that thing that hides our campsite.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff for that.
My only suggestion is maybe stay on the other side of the house, just in case.
Yeah, maybe not near the garden.
Bam! Look at that.
Yeah, in the killing field. Let's go stand there.
They're all fed, so we're probably good for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I was referring to the place where we keep getting attacked.
You all can rest up. And what is your plan for the next day?
Is there anything we can harvest from our plant friends, like berries or eggs or
Yeah,
anything?
you can harvest enough berries to last you for about like 32 berries, I think it is, on them. So you can harvest the berries from them and have enough for good berries. You can harvest a couple of eggs from the Tendriculus.
We should give the eggs to Hadhub.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we need to make sure our buddy's taken care of.
Speaking of,
But
is there anything extra we can give to the village of the damned?
Depends on where you're going and how long it could take you.
speaking of Hat Up, does he look like he still has ability damage?
Yes.
Poor guy.
Then I will offer a lesser restoration.
He would happily take it.
I'm
They
gonna
would
write down
happily
a
take
couple of things.
1d4?
No, stop, please, in Sullivan, and give it to Hadhub. Say, here you go. I don't know how much this will do, but here's a couple of basic commands.
Yeah, he'll like work with you practicing them to make sure he's saying them right.
Come with us?
No, he needs to come with us. I don't trust him alone with the members of the
without
eight.
Candor.
He'll go with you guys if wherever you guys are going at this
Oh,
point.
I thought he wanted to stay. My
No,
apologies.
he's not like he would like to take care of the garden, but he figures this is probably enough food for however long you're going to be gone. So
Okay, well then on the road I will start teaching Hadhub Sullivan.
okay.
I'm just gonna hit my wrist.
And I will say it loud enough so I can impart it on our other friend without being sarcastic or churlish.
So yeah, what is the plan then to head towards Fort Jericho, or do you have other plans? Waiting
If
here.
I could think of anything else, I think we should head to Fort Jericho. I was thinking maybe we could try to dispel the effect, but there's no magic at all there, so I'm not sure what to do.
Yeah, my suggestion is Fort Jericho first, and then based on what happens, we'll reassess then.
Yeah.
Nothing we did before could fix the Camp of Eight. It doesn't seem like anything would fix Candor's place, so.
I'm just, as annoyed as I am with them in character, it's a bad situation, and somebody's gonna get at in the next couple of days.
The party can.
There's not much we can do.
The party can make their way towards Fort Jericho.
Then they'll become cannibal cultists of the Eight.
As you start closing in on Fort Jericho, there is something different here. Something unlike everything else. Your travels have been uneventful. The good berries, the walk, it's been boring, quiet, empty. Nothing in the fields, nothing in the deserts as you pass through them. But as you approach Fort Jericho, there are a number of figures kind of hunched over and wandering around the building, watching it, almost like guarding it, but guarding it from anything getting out more than anything getting in.
Is there a knowledge check to know what they are?
Knowledge the
Insight?
planes.
Ooh. Knowledge Desk Planes.
Some of them you will recognize because you've seen these before.
Ooh, 32. Snap.
Yeah, so some of these are those cestodemons that you've seen before. The big, like, ape-like creature with the large clawed hooves. There are the what's the other one here? That's not the one. Oh, I have them on my thing here, don't I? There is the Daemon, sorry. The like black cloaked creature with the horned mouth and the tendril fingers, and several little cacodemons that kind of move about the area like little flying around like little sensors throughout the sky.
Ugh.
They don't seem to notice or care about you.
Because we're displaced.
I mean, if they're here, they're in the same time as you.
But they're definitely moving around.
They are definitely moving around the area. There's like patrols happening, and the little flying ones are kind of like moving through the sky, keeping an eye on things. There's a lot of activity here.
So what do y'all think?
We only see demons.
You only see the daemons flying around and moving around.
Oh dear.
Well, the only way through is to go through them.
Maybe they'll let us through.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hello, Mr. Damon. Just let us through, please.
If any outer planar denizen is known for its reasonableness, it's the Damon.
I think that the only way we're going to get into Fort Jericho is to go through them. It looks like they're keeping things from coming out of Fort Jericho, so maybe there's people there also trapped?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, we're not going to be able to avoid this confrontation.
Couldn't we just skip it all and go to Hellrun? Do our last mission? Why not? Just, risk it.
I don't think that's a smart... The only other plan I had was for us to maybe make it up to North Point and see if the people that helped Gort might be able to help us. Not that I really want to take their help, but...
Well, let's see what happens here at Fort Jericho and waste some time here, and then we'll waste it away again in Hellrun.
Okay.
All right, so we're nothing is barring our ingress, as they would say.
Not to get to the outskirts of Fort Jericho, where all these creatures are. You're heading
So what do we
towards the fort.
say? Hey, we were sent by the Euro Damon. We could say that. Yeah. Hey, yeah. One of your buddies said we're working for you, but not on purpose. So
Sarah Damon sent us.
Yeah, kind of let us in, because whatever we do will help you guys out in the long run.
You can try that.
I could write a song about it, see if they believe me.
Nothing makes me believe things more than if there's a song about it.
So you guys, what do you want to do?
I doubt that they're going to believe us one way or the other.
I've completely forgotten why we were supposed to go to Fort Jericho. I know we've talked about it.
We were going to see if we could get into the portal or what have you that took us back and forth between the house.
Okay.
Also to see where in time Fort Jericho is and see if we could get supplies and.
Okay.
What were you gonna say, Michelle?
If part of the plan is about the door, wasn't there also one in North Point that we could see about using?
Yeah, there is.
And it's possible there may not be demons there. Who really knows at this point?
Well, that was my point. Is if we struck out at Fort Jericho, I was thinking North Point next, simply because there is
depending upon your travels, what I'm going to need to remind everyone is it takes about 7 days, even at fastest travel. To get to Fort Jericho from Harveston, you had 32 good berries. That feeds one person. Each berry feeds one person for a day. Supplies are going to matter here. So if you're going to Fort Jericho, I'm going to need you to have spent... that's like 35 good berries. So you're at -3 on the berry chain if you guys were eating the berries to get there. You have the eggs, and Hadhup, Gort, and Brianna can probably eat like slightly less overall. There's they can probably use the eggs for a few days. So you guys could either have gotten to Fort Jericho or to North Point, but getting North Point, you guys would be at the starving point. Getting to Fort Jericho, you guys are basically out of your food supplies.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how much you guys have. I do have 2 rations in my pants.
I don't have any rations because they were stolen.
Right.
Yeah, I have 2 days of
I
rations.
have 4.
So,
I think we need to try here.
yeah, I mean, and the other thing is even if the door thing doesn't work for the house, maybe it'll work for North Point. So I think we're here. This is the closer place. I think we need to just try and get in.
I agree. I think we should try to figure out a way to stealth in. If not, we'll just go in through the front gate.
All right. Well, how stealthy is the party? Do you all have a +8 or better to even make this worth trying?
No.
I have a +6. So.
Okay. So the stealth game is most likely not going to work with the number of eyes that are watching the area.
Yeah,
And Contra's got a +2, we'll be fine.
I have a -, my stealth.
So the party going to carry on towards Fort Jericho? Do they want to wander off into the emptiness and see how long they can survive before they start eating each other?
I'd like to wander into the void. No, let's go to Fort Jericho, and Steve obviously wants us to meet some more daemons.
What?
Eventually, we're going to meet so many daemons, we're going to be drinking ale with them. It's going to be why are you drinking ale with daemons? I don't know. We just bump into them so often.
Are you going to approach casually, or are you going to draw weapons?
Let's approach casually. Let's see how that works.
Alright, yeah.
Alright.
We're sauntering on up.
Yeah. As you do, several of the little flying ones will kind of turn their attention to you and look. And one of the Venedemons will turn and come a little towards you. One sec here. Hold your steps, you're out of place.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're aware.
How? Why? This is not your realm to wait.
Realm? Are we in a different plane?
This is our time, not your time.
Oh dear.
Well, we're not quite sure how we got here. We're just trying to find a way home.
We bumped into one you're seemed like a leader type, and then next thing we knew, we were out of phase. So I just assumed they had something to do with it.
An arrow daemon.
They don't move in this time here now. What are you doing here? You're not here to meet them. You're not the ones we're waiting for.
We're just here to check on our house and then get I'll run eventually.
House?
Is it a house? I
What?
forget.
What house?
I don't think that you're thinking clearly, Erasmus. This difference has obviously gotten to you.
Okay, fair enough.
We were traveling. we saw an aerodemon. She said to keep doing what we were doing, and the next thing we know, we're here.
She can't send you here.
Yeah, we've already established. Well, can't we just, like, go out, do our business and going?
What do you know about time? How can you interact with it like this? Only a chosen few have this power.
Yes, that's us.
To be honest, we really don't know how we're interacting with it like this. We really don't know much of what's going on, other than we're not supposed to be here.
Do you come from the Firebird one? The one who speaks of the great Peter.
The great Peter?
Yes. You've not heard of the tales? One of the only others that can travel like this. That can move things in this way.
Could you tell us of Peter? I don't think.
No, Peter is not the one that can travel. The teller of Peter's tales is the one that can travel in such ways.
Well, can you tell us about them then?
Is that Jesus? Because I'm not into that.
We've not seen them. Tales are that there is a powerful spellcaster who roamed about the world teaching tales of Peter, the Firebird, or Phoenix, as I suppose you might call them.
I'm just going to assume that's Kandor doing something stupid.
He traveled far and wide, but settled here. At least, we're sure of it. This place was new. Couldn't find him elsewhere. We had deals and he broke them.
Wow, that really sounds like Kandor now. Except for he probably forgot about the deals.
I'm sorry, poker face. Poker face.
Yeah, I don't know of whom you speak. Again, we weren't even aware that anything had happened until suddenly, we weren't able to go where we were wanting to go.
Can you give me a bluff check as you're saying these things? Sorry.
Yes. Oh!
Oh yeah, he rolled really well to counter that. Lies you tell, lies. Where are you truly from and how did you get here? Continue this dishonesty and I will make sure I get the answers one way or another.
We were near a farmhouse.
Farmhouse.
Yes.
The one near those who worship the stone.
Yes, exactly. Those people.
Why were you there?
We were fighting other daemons.
We've killed others of our kind.
Yes.
Why?
It attacked us.
Because they attacked us.
Then you were their mission.
And apparently they failed.
Yes, their failure is not our concern.
Good. Can we go in?
We are to secure this area. We cannot allow anyone to enter.
Well, if we enter, it'll be more secure.
No, you may help whatever is in there escape when it arrives.
Or you'll keep us from getting out.
You might have other means of getting in and out. We know the abilities it has. It cannot escape.
What are you keeping in there?
It's not there yet.
Dumb.
Well, what if we're the ones that you're supposed to keep in there and you're keeping us out?
You're not. We know what we're looking for. None of you look like it.
What is it?
You don't
What is
sound
it
like you
supposed
know.
to look like?
It is not my place to tell you these things.
Damn, that was where I was going to. I don't know. I guess you just don't know what it is.
I am aware. I am most certainly aware of what it is.
I mean, it could be one of us in disguise.
It is not one of you in disguise. We would have seen you come out.
No.
How is
we're
it
in
supposed to get
disguise.
in if it's not there yet and you're keeping everything else out?
Because
I
we
don't
have
understand.
set up the means for it to get here.
Maybe
Okay,
we can
so-
help you look for it in exchange for letting you in.
Yeah, that.
It
that-
will arrive when it arrives, and we will know it's here. Your trickery will not work on me.
What if
All
it
right,
comes?
by
It's
logic.
boring.
Sure.
By logic,
Let's hear your logic.
you say we shouldn't be able to be on your plane or whatever this is.
Time.
Yeah. But you also say we're not the ones that are supposed to, the ones you're looking for.
Yes.
So logically, then we should be inside.
No.
Because if we're out here, then we might be the ones you're looking for.
You are here due to some sort of anomaly. You have had contact with someone who has powers over time.
This I can agree with. There's an absolute anomaly, and you're part of the anomaly.
I am not an anomaly. I am
You are
here
totally
by
part of the
plan.
anomaly.
I don't think we're the droid you're looking for, and I think you should let it go. And then I wave my hand.
Does this man speak on behalf of all of you?
Wait, which one of us?
Yeah, which
Gort.
man? Gort. No.
While they're saying that, I put the hand on the sword. I go, "Is this the way in or not?"
If you want in, I suppose you could attempt that. But there
Not
are
talking
so
to you.
many of us.
Not talking to you. I look down at the sword again. Is this the way in or not?
I'll kind of like.
We can
I'll
cut
kind of,
them
like,
to pieces, I'm sure of it.
I'm gonna like say. "He
We can
doesn't
prune the
speak for
code.
us."
We can prune the code. Let's go.
Oh, hey, before we do that, I want to use my rough monocle to take a look at the daemons, because I've never done that.
Yeah, you can use your rough version of the monocle. And they have a, like, sort of a hazy tone to them. Like there is something about them that matters, but not a clear something.
Hey, you know, I'm getting universal readings that you guys matter. Why make it so that you're dead? Let us go by and conduct our business.
No, you will all
Man, you
die.
So, like, how do you guys get
Listen.
anything done? So unreasonable.
We need food. We need to get in there to see if there's more food because we're
You're
hungry.
not going in.
Can I
Ask to
give you-
go in one more time, and we will most certainly have to engage. Gort, are you actually, like, drawing your weapon at this
I
point?
just know I have my hand on it.
Okay.
I haven't pulled it
Did
yet.
we ever actually ask them? Just state. I'm gonna have to insist.
I'm going to have to insist as well.
Why do we keep meeting these daemons?
Yeah.
Can we meet something else? Oh, these guys.
His insistence will take the form of pulling something from a pouch.
Can I perceive or like?
Yeah, give me a perception.
Can I
We're getting it.
spellcraft it?
So it is, the two of you can tell it is spell components of some sort.
Can you
Damn,
do
I wish I-
spellcraft on components or?
Yeah, you can give me a spellcraft on the components as he's pulling them. Yeah, he is preparing to cast Hold Person Nikolai. As he pulls out a small rod. If this is what it must be. And he'll start saying some words. And we will...
Can I counterspell?
we will see you next week.
Oh, damn.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.